I've spent the last 9 years of my life obsessing over the topics that I want to teach you here today. And in every single one of these examples, I want you to realize that I have failed 100 times over, learned every single one of these lessons the hard way. And if I could go back and hand myself a holy grail of 10 mandatory life lessons that I had to learn before I turned 18, ones that actually reveal how the world really is, not how I wish it was, practical skills that would give me leverage and power when dealing with others, these are those 10. And it doesn't matter if you're 16, you're 36, you're 56. You can learn these, you can practice these, and you can implement them every day, and you should. I guarantee you take something from this video that you can start using today. Number one, you're either being influenced or you're doing the influencing. There are dynamics to how people persuade each other. Every conversation, every interaction, someone is doing the influencing and someone is being influenced. Now, the number of men who understand how influence actually works, let alone the ones who accept that it is constantly being used on them, are slim to none. Now, that is what gives you a major advantage. To understand why people are saying yes unconsciously, why you always ask for a small commitment before you ask for a big commitment, why people listen intently to the man who is 100% certain of his answers, why scarcity makes something feel more valuable than it actually is. You cannot afford not to know these psychological tricks. There's only a handful of them, and they're very, very subtle. And that's what makes them so powerful, or actually even dangerous in the wrong hands. They go unnoticed by 90% of the population. People don't even know they're being influenced all the time. So you have to learn them, or you're gonna keep losing to the people who do. Number two, no one is afraid to disappoint you, and that is a big problem. In this life, some men just do not get tested. People don't show up late for them. No one half commits to them. No one cancels last minute on them. No one tests their boundaries just to see what happens. No one pokes the bear. Have you ever noticed that? And it's not because people actually like them more than they like you. It has nothing to do with that. It's because somewhere along the way, those men made it abundantly clear there is a real cost to disappointing them. There's not necessarily anger or punishments involved, but there is a real consequence. See, you've likely spent a few years trying to be the guy who's very easygoing. Go with the flow, you're approachable. There's never an issue with you, everything's chill. That's exactly the reason why people show up late for you. They cancel plans on you, they have to commit, because they already know nothing is gonna come of it. You'll always understand. Establishing real consequences is the one thing that stands between you and actually being taken seriously. You have to let people feel the cost of disappointing you, and watch how fast their behaviors change. Number three, she doesn't respect you because you don't respect yourself. You know the saying, death by 1,000 cuts? That's you, to yourself. And I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. You hold back the truth to avoid an argument. You walk on eggshells to help stabilize the mood. You probably even plan a few extravagant dates just to get her approval or try to get that softness back that she used to give you in the beginning. You remember that? I bet you probably even let it slide when she crosses your boundaries that you have made abundantly clear. And after all that, you take a step back, you finally work out the courage to communicate calmly and honestly, just like she asked you to. And where did all that get you? See, on paper, you've done everything right, but actually, you ignored the single most important thing that mattered the most, and it is your gut. See, you're the nice guy on paper, but you don't really want to be that nice, because that turns you into a weak man in real life, and no woman will ever respect a man who doesn't respect himself to the highest degree. That man, and only that man, is a man worth listening to. Guys, I learned these lessons the hard way. It took a lot of years off my life. It cost me more opportunities and things that I can actually measure. And if you're watching this and something is resonating with you, that means you already know. I don't have to explain it to you. Everything we're covering, every single bit of it is broken down step by step from beginning to the end, from amateur all the way to advanced inside of Sovereign Men. There's 7 pillars. There's training, nutrition, mindset, money, influence, power, and relationships. All of it is built so that the next generation of men don't have to pay the price that I paid to know what I know now. Link is in the description. 7 more truths coming up if we keep going. Number 4, every room has a hierarchy. There's a pecking order in every single space you walk into. It can be uncomfortable to acknowledge that, but as a man, you can feel it. Your gut is going to ask you 2 questions when you walk into a room. Number 1, Who in this room is an expert and who is capable of violence? Those two things typically are going to establish the pecking order. Now you notice a man who has a fixed gaze. His head's not on a swivel. He's stern, but he's very kind. He's sharp, but he is totally relaxed. He's not seeking your validation or approval on anything. He knows what he wants, and he actually knows exactly what he's talking about. He's not afraid of being judged. Actually, he is the one who's doing the judging. You've been taught that we're all equal. We are far from it. Start reading a room like someone is sizing you up in there, because I promise you that they are. Number 5, being nice is diminishing your self-worth. We're taught growing up that being nice is a virtue. Be agreeable, be easy to work with, smile, help accommodate people, don't cause trouble, don't cause any friction. But somehow, the nicer you've become, the less people actually seem to value your time, the more people actually walk all over you. Isn't that something? Pay close attention to the man who says no without explaining why. He doesn't soften every single request he makes with 3 apologies stacked on top of each other. He's not afraid to disappoint somebody without running to fix it. There's a lesson you're going to learn in this life, and that's that every time you bend to keep the peace, you are teaching people around you exactly how weak your boundaries are. And this has nothing to do with being difficult. It's just about understanding that respect and likability are very, very far apart. You can have one without the other, but ask yourself which one means more to you. Number 6, you train your body, but you completely ignore your mind. See, when it comes to the gym, you're there 5 days a week, there's no excuses, you track every set, you're counting your macros, but you're forgetting the most important muscle that you have. It doesn't matter if your bench press is going up every single month. My question for you is, how do you handle a bad day? Your supplement stack is laid out to the milligram, but what is your go-to protocol if you get bad news 5 minutes before heading into a big meeting and you are still expected to perform to the highest degree? Have you practiced that at all? Have you visualized it even one time? Can you even sit in discomfort for longer than 3 minutes without sprinting to your phone for a distraction? Or do you still have the same belief systems that you carried when you were a teenager? Remember, a strong body that is ran by a weak mind is only impressive to the outside world. It is not going to get you far. Number 7, you are broadcasting scarcity. See, if you think scarcity is only a mindset that only you know if you have it, you are 100% wrong. It's actually a scent that you wear and everyone around you can smell it. When you laugh at something that's not even funny, when you say yes before you even think about if it's something that you want to do, when you give your opinion and then the first thing you do is you scan a room to see who's nodding their head and agreeing with you. See, maybe you tell yourself you're actually just being friendly, but you reek of desperation, constantly searching a room for validation, trying to make somebody else happy so they like you more. I know the game. You have to pay closer attention to the man who does not need the room to like him. He doesn't oversell his opinions or statements. He actually never chases a response. He just boldly says what he thinks and is completely unbothered with whether it lands with you or not. People are drawn to him, but they can't even tell you why that is. Scarcity isn't about how much you physically have. It's actually how much you think you need in your mind. So to be abundant is to need nothing from anyone around you. Number 8, a magician never reveals his secrets. Every man with power that you've seen either on TV or studied has one thing in common. You never know what they're thinking or what they're actually planning. And it's not because they're being dishonest or lying to you or hiding from you, but because the moment they show their cards, they know that they have lost their advantage. You have to pay closer attention to the man who is saying less than necessary, who lets other people underestimate him. He doesn't correct them or their mistakes or jump to defend himself. He watches, he listens, he studies, and he is planning 3 steps ahead, all while purposely appearing totally oblivious to what's going on. That man is a dangerous man. See, you were probably taught that transparency is a good thing, right? Be honest and open with people. Wear your heart on your sleeve. But let me ask you something. When was the last time the world rewarded you for doing that? Despite what you see on TV, keep in mind that power isn't only about being loud and boisterous. No, not at all. It's actually the opposite. It moves silently in the shadows and it attacks when you least expect it. So do say less than necessary and plan twice as much as you have been. A magician who explains a trick is no longer a magician, but becomes one of them. So remember that. Number 9, infection spreads fast. They say misery loves company, but they don't tell you how much it loves company. So you have to be vigilant of the ones who are constantly complaining, blaming everyone and everything for their shortcomings, who are always the victim in every single circumstance. Guys, these people are sick and they are highly contagious. You cannot fix them. And I bet you've probably tried before. But tell me, what actually happened in that situation? Did you make them better? Did you pick them up? No. Or were you actually getting a little bit worse? So you were probably taught again that loyalty means staying close to people no matter what, no matter the situation or circumstances. That compassion means sometimes you have to absorb people's problems as your own and help them through it. And sometimes that is the case, right? Wrong. Stay away from the unlucky and the unhappy. There is no value to be had with those people. And this isn't about cutting people off in your life who are in real pain and doing actual work to get out of it. No. It's about avoiding people who are constantly finding ways to lose and want you to tell them it's okay. Cut them off before you get sick too. Number 10, the game completely stops with the people who matter the most to you. Everything that we've learned, right? Say less than necessary, read the room, control the narrative, play the long game, influence or be influenced. I get it. That is for the world. You have to know how to protect yourself and navigate power and never show your full cards to people and make sure people aren't testing your boundaries. Yes, absolutely, as a man, you have to know those things. But with your inner circle, the game comes to a total stop. With your inner circle, you do not need to strategize. You need to be vulnerable and transparent. You do not need to win an argument. You just need to be heard and understood. So conversations go from attacks, like you always do this, XYZ, and they become a little bit softer in explanation. When this happened, this is how it made me feel. Can we correct this? And it's not about being softer. It's actually about trying to connect. Let's meet in the middle. Let's understand each other better because I want to be closer to you and grow with you forever. Learn to differentiate between the two circumstances. That makes you a master of the game. That's where the real power actually lies. Guys, if I could go back in time and give all of these lessons just as a jump start to my 18-year-old self, I feel without a doubt I would be in a completely different situation than I am now, although I am lucky and blessed to be where I am today. I want this for all young men, brothers and cousins and fathers and sons, uncles and friends. The world is starving for better men, higher skilled men. Now more than ever, the world needs us and we need each other. Link in the description.